What exactly do the following words all have in common? Cult, dictator, communism, liberal. All of them could be good things if done right. None of them were ever done properly. If you had somebody that was pure of heart, willing to worry and be concerned about the general well-being of all people involved, being a communist wouldn't be such a bad thing. Can you imagine if the company you work for gave you a car to drive and a house to live in, but at the same time did the maintenance on your car, did the maintenance on your house to where you didn't have to worry about it, and you had a nice place to live? Can you imagine getting sick, the place you work for caring enough to just send you to the doctor? Well, that is a communist state.
As you can see here, a cult refers to a social group with unusual and often extreme beliefs or rituals. Extreme devotion. All religions kind of seem like a cult, if you ask me.
The part I don't understand is how you can be upset that I called it a cult. Is cult really a bad thing? I don't really think of cult as a bad thing. Each family could be a personal cult, you know. That word gets a lot of bad reputation, and I don't really understand why. Shouldn't we all kind of want to be part of a cult? It's just hanging around with a bunch of people that believe in the same stuff you do. I'd like to have my own little cult. Shit, my own family don't even believe in the stuff I do. Ideally, your family should be your cult. And, you know, a lot of us don't have that because it's only a two-person family. The president is a dictator. He has absolute power over the country, makes all the decisions, go to war, supply funds. When you have a dictator that's hell-bent on greed and getting what they want instead of what community they are dictating for wants and needs, then being a dictator could be a problem. But a true leader, somebody that can get people to work together for each other, you know, make it to where everybody's taken care of, where everybody follows him without question, because everything he wants done is for them and for the ones they loved. That, to me, isn't such a bad kind of dictator. After I looked up what being a liberal was, split decision on if I'm a liberal or not. Being a liberal just means I want everybody to be treated as equals. All mankind has been trying to find equality through its lifetime. You have women wanting same respect and duties as men have. Everybody should be treated as equals because we are all just living creatures. Some of us blessed with a gift and some of us aren't. Understand why being a liberal is such a bad thing when it's just wanting people to work together for the betterment of all and making everybody equal. I consider myself a liberal. Also consider myself a communist. Shoot, one day I'd like to be a dictator that my people follow free will without forcing power over the people I appreciate. And that's why I came up with Cannabizm, which, by the way, is the first atheist religion. I believe that God will be the leader of all mankind. It shows everybody how to share and properly care for one another. It distributes the wealth among the many. That the first atheist, because the simple fact I don't believe there has been a God yet. Simple as that. The reason I don't think there has been a God yet is because everything is unequal. Everybody is born into the same situation. Our kids are slaves in schools for our own government, which we pay gladly over 40% of our income that we make. What do they do with it? They go to war, fund the child trafficking rings and all that shit, and everybody's just fine with that. Make America great again, right? I guess I'm creating the first atheist religion for a new cult, the communists, and be taken care of by the religion itself. I want to make the religion rich and famous by social media outlets like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Because I'm building the religion myself. I don't really need your guys' money or your guys' help. I don't really care what you think about it. I think I have a better way of life, and I know how I'm going to achieve it. I'll be rich and famous, and I will get to $1 million. Once I get past that $1 million, I will start giving my money away, because I think that more than $1 million is just too much. That is your guys' problems. You guys like to hold on to that money. You guys like to think that nobody deserves anything they didn't work for. You guys like to believe that nobody deserves a little helping hand every once in a while, even though most of you got most of your money from your parents. And for those of you that like to throw your opinion on the kind of life I live and my relationship status, my marital status, yes, I'm married, and yes, we're poly. And something else about being polyamorous, the whole reason we're poly is because I'm tired of being the house bitch. And I don't expect my wife to have to do that either when she gets home from working. Now, unfortunately, I don't really want the kids to do it because they don't do it good enough. And yeah, you can judge me saying, oh, well, why don't you just teach your kids to do it better? And that's because I'm kind of just getting tired of telling people over and over the better way of doing things, because nobody wants to listen to me in the first place. I appreciate that there are plenty of single mamas out there that the guys have totally just been douches that would love a man to snuggle up with at night and to be a good father figure for their kids. So why not have an extra wife or an extra husband to help discipline those kids as well? To me, marriage is kind of a scandal because you're pretty much devoting yourself to one person and not wanting to work with anybody else to achieve a better form of life. I just don't understand that. Why wouldn't you want several people to grow old with to help you in your times of need, to all work together and accomplish the many great things people can when they work together as a powerful entity? See, even my wife is kind of looking for people to join the family. Make it to where we'd have a little bit more money for the things that can't afford. Like screw-ups we do in life. How I just bought an RV for $42,000 and found out the fucking air conditioning can't even cool off the whole goddamn RV. My bad. We only use that thing 2 times a year, and the problem with that is it's going to rent it out the rest of the time to pay for itself. And if you can't cool it off, I'd rather have a tent and blow-up bed. Sweat my nuts off in that shit, right? Didn't have no opinion on that at all because, hey, I am who I say I am. Just by watching my videos, liking them, sharing them, that's all going to help me in the long run. Eventually, I want my kids to get paid for going to school. I want them to be rewarded for their talents and their accomplishments throughout their school year. I want mothers not have to be mad or ridiculed because they went out and made a mistake. Have to worry about having a baby that they can't afford or take care of in the first place. I want a better life for everybody. It's not fair. I don't understand why there's some people have so much money they don't even know what to do with it, while the rest of us, $100 might get us to work next week. We all genuinely want to be good for the next generation. We all genuinely want the next generation to be good for future generations. Besides that, what's best for my family is my responsibility, my wife's responsibility, right? Righter. You like to have a bunch of little brothers and sisters to play with, show your games to, hang out with, since mommy and daddy's always busy? No. See, he said so. He's kind of a loner just like we are, but gotta love him. Ain't that right? Kind of looks like Chet. But what good are we doing if we're trying to travel to Mars instead of trying to fix the people that are here on Earth? If everybody was created equal, we wouldn't have to worry about this kind of stuff. But some of us just didn't get that inheritance from that relative. Some of us just don't get them little advancements in life like many of you do. Let me be and do what I'm going to do. Eventually prove to you that my way is a little bit more economical since everybody else is doing their own thing. I want to create a religion that takes care of your house, takes care of your vehicle, offers you so many meals a day, make sure you have plenty to eat, make sure that you have things to play on like RVs, campers. If you want to move around the country, Cannabizm hopes to have a house for you to stay in when you go somewhere. The people that want to join Cannabizm and live for each other instead of living independent